Okay, we got a question from Justin Morlam. I have a problem with numbness on my throttle hand about 10 to 15 minutes into a ride. I can shake my hand and get feeling back quickly. Any suggestions on how to solve this problem? I've had people say this. I've had people tell me this actually quite frequently that it's not arm pump, and it's not even really a cramp, but my hands go numb. That's probably not great. I don't know what that would be. Your bike setup could definitely be way too stiff. And you're just getting all that feeling straight up through your arms. You could also just be death gripping and holding on extremely tight. But even though I just said I've heard that quite often, that is still a rare issue, and that shouldn't be normal. I've never experienced numbness in my hands ever. And he's experiencing numbness in throttle hand. Yeah, maybe he has some nerve issues in that hand. Maybe you are just death gripping the throttle that bad on that hand, but you would think if you were death gripping that bad, you would have a cramping issue or an arm pump issue in that hand. I've had two separate issues. One, I used to get arm pump all the time. So that was like straight up just the forearm issue, but these things would puff up like I was Popeye and the blood would not be able to get back out of them. And I also had an issue where my fingers would hurt so bad, like the bones in my fingers would hurt so bad and my hands would get stuck. I don't know if you guys have had this happen before. I'll never forget. I was riding for a KTM team in 2012 and we were testing one day at Glen Helen, and I had to, when I would stop, I would slide my hands off the bars and then have to pry them open. It started when I was cold, but at Glen Helen that day, it wasn't cold. So I don't know what the deal was, but shout out, just got an order on the website. Love that cha-ching sound from Shopify. And I still to this day don't know what the root of that problem was with the finger cramping. I really don't. So if anybody can advise, let me know, because I would love to know the answer to that. Justin, I am sorry that I don't have the answer for you. Justin Stuck did comment below. He said carpal tunnel syndrome, question mark. My dad had it. Same thing would happen to him. Might be worth checking into. Yeah, definitely worth checking into, because that isn't necessarily a common issue on the bike. If you guys enjoyed this podcast clip and you want to listen to full episodes, you can do so on Spotify and Apple Music. If you want to send in your own video submission, you can join us in the Moto Academy family inside of the Moto Academy app by just going to themotoacademy.com. That's also where you can sign up for a class. Okay, guys, see you next episode.